Hi, this is Mr. Payton. Welcome to Mindset. Today's question is, what do you need? That's a very, very general question. We could probably make a whole series out of just that question alone. It's important that we know the difference between wants and needs. And again, I could spend time on just that. But what I really want to focus on is relationships. So again, the question is what do you need? Our relationships have several different levels. There are our very close relationships that some of us would call intimate, not in a physical sense, folks, but just in terms of closeness and the level to which you trust those people. That's usually reserved for your very closest friends, family members, in some of your cases, a spouse. Then there's like that next layer kind of moving out from that. Your friends, your general friends, maybe not the closest friends, maybe not that inner circle, but just, people you talk to quite often, you enjoy their company, or you work with them, or you play sports with them, those kind of people. Teammates, workmates, things like that. And then you kind of got like the general experience we have, which we can call society, just how we interact with people in the grocery store, or how we interact with people when we go to the bank or to school or wherever it is that we spend our time. I want to separate into two different areas. When I ask, what do you need? What I'm referring to is, are you looking for a remedy or are you looking for a Band-Aid? And the reason why I want to focus in on that is because that's going to dictate what type of relationships you have. So let's start with the Band-Aid. When you were a little kid, you get a cut on your leg, you fall down, and you got a Band-Aid. And what's funny is as an educator, I'll get kids tell me they need a Band-Aid. And I'll look at them like, this Band-Aid is not going to help, right? It's not going to stop you from hurting it. But then they look at me and say, yeah, I know, but I just want a Band-Aid. Cool. I can respect the fact that they recognize it's not that they think the Band-Aid is actually going to help them. They just want a Band-Aid. It's going to make them feel better. Cool. I think we do that with relationships. I think we sometimes hang out with the cool people or the popular people. We try to align ourselves with people in power, and that becomes a Band-Aid. It makes us feel better. It makes us feel like we're making progress. It makes us feel like we're doing something. When we decide to order that Diet Coke, we try to say, yeah, I'm trying to cut my calories. When you watch the workout video, not do it, but just watch the workout video, or you purchase the membership to the gym, those are Band-Aids. Now, when we talk about a remedy, that's a whole nother animal altogether. A remedy means you're going to actually do some work. So go back to the cut. That means you got to probably get some alcohol or some type of antiseptic and clean it. It's going to sting a little bit. In some worst cases, obviously, you may have to get stitches. If you broke a bone, you got to go to the doctor, get the bone reset. And then the healing starts. You heard what I said there? The healing starts. So that's where a remedy is. That's when you're solving a problem or when you're addressing a need. So when we think about the kind of people we're around, are those people remedies? Do they solve problems? Do they address a need? Do they help us? Do they improve us in some way, shape, or form? Or are we just hanging around with them because it looks good? When you decide, I'm going to start walking 3 times a week, is that a Band-Aid, or is that really addressing a need? Is that something, are you becoming more active? Only you know the answer to these questions. I just wanted to make sure we had a conversation around this because we've been talking about a lot of different things with mindset. We talk about who we spend time with and what we listen to. And we might even get into the kinds of stuff we eat. But I wanted to make sure we kind of address this relationship thing because I think it's important that it's okay if you can admit to yourself that sometimes you just need a Band-Aid. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you just need a doggone hug. Hugs don't necessarily always address a need. I mean, sometimes in terms of mental health it does. But a hug doesn't necessarily address a need. But sometimes it just feels good to get a hug. Sometimes it just feels good to sit with people who are funny. Sometimes it's cool to just watch ridiculous TV, reality TV, or some horror flick, or some comedy, or whatever. Sometimes it's okay to just get that Band-Aid. Just have some feel good. As long as we are aware that's what we're doing, I think that's perfectly healthy. I think that's normal. Where we can get into trouble is if we try to convince ourselves that a Band-Aid is actually addressing a need. You guys, this is me. If you've never watched my channel before, this is how I get down. I take things to a deeper level. And so I really have appreciated all the attention and support that has been coming most recently. My channel is really growing. I really appreciate that. I'm an educator, for those of you who are watching me for the first time or watching me after not seeing me for a while. My whole point is to build this platform so that I can start to educate people in a way that I think is effective. I spent over 25 years in the classroom, and I was, in many cases, limited in what I could share and what I could talk about. On this channel, I can get down to the nitty-gritty and talk about some things. I'm perfectly capable of teaching history, science, math, social studies, and writing, along with literacy and reading and all those other things. I'm also a coach. I can coach a number of sports. But this channel is dedicated to elevating our minds. It's dedicated to mental fitness. It's dedicated to becoming selfie. It's dedicated to just becoming better people, or the best versions of ourselves. So I hope you're enjoying my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that like button, hit those notifications, and looking forward to giving you more great content. Have a wonderful day.